So it's a couple of days later and I'm just taking off the clay around the edges. Unfortunately it's got a bit hard, it's a bit too hard to throw now, so I need to dry that out and then I can recycle it, which I'll do. Here we are. Well, there's absolutely no plaster has come out of the woodwork, and so I probably didn't need this clay around the edge at all. Yeah, maybe next time I wouldn't bother with this. The wood's held everything in okay. So now it's time to try turning it over. Let's see how that goes. So I'm going to try turning this over now. It's pretty heavy and I may need some help to do that, but I'll try on my own first of all. Let's see how possible that is. The main thing for me is not to crack the glass, so I'm going to be very careful about that, and then also not to crack my back too, so I want to be quite careful about that. Let's see how it goes. I think the first thing to do is try and slide it off, so that I'm going to roll it round this way, and so I'm going to slide it off the glass on this side and then tilt it. Let's see how that goes. Just stop it sticking to the glass, putting my foot down on this side, and yeah, it's free of the glass. Let's try now. Maybe I'll just tilt it. There's a lot of pressure on the glass, but I think it's a pretty flat surface. So far so good. Okay, a little strip there that seems to be, that's what's, oh look at that, oh what a shame. Okay, that's plaster. Don't make sure none of that goes near any clay at all, but that surface looks alright. Alright, okay, next step, try and do it one more go this way. It's not quite clear of the glass yet, so nope. How do we do this? Because I've got to lift this. This is the heavy piece, and I don't want it to drag along the floor like that. I might need to push it. Let me get it off the glass, that's the thing that's worrying me most. I'm going to lift it up slightly and push the glass up and away. There we go. Just pick up these pieces of plaster. Throw them away. I'll clean this glass later. Good. So there's the surface. There's a few bits that need cleaning up, but it's still damp enough that these can just be, I'll just run a bit of wood along here and just neaten all this up. But that's a really lovely smooth surface, which I'm very relieved about. Okay, so that's it. Let me just clean it up a little bit and have one last shot. But but I think it's worked. And I feel like I haven't done any damage to my back, which is the main thing. So I'm just going to run a knife down here, a wooden knife, just neaten this up. Put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Not sure why I'm being so fussy now. I suppose the thing is not to have any little bits of plaster come off while I'm working with this thing. So all these small fragments are not really very well bound to the main body of it. So I think that's why it's worth just neatening this edges up a bit. So it's very slightly raised by like a millimetre, half a millimetre or so, and that's just due to the unevenness of the wood. All these pieces of wood are slightly warped. You can never get them exactly true unless it's really dry, so there's always going to be a slight unevenness in the wood, in the frames. But as you saw, I've been doing this with a really imprecise attitude, or more strictly an attitude of imprecision. There we go, last side. Just neaten that up, that looks much better. So I'm just going to hoover that, I'm going to vacuum that off because I don't want these little bits of plaster getting anywhere near my wet clay. Or my dry clay that's drying now, so I've always been told plaster in a clay pot when it's fired might explode. You get these myths, I don't know if it's true, but I'm not willing to risk it. Just hoover that off. Now I'm just gently going around the edge with a bit of fine sandpaper. Still quite damp at this stage, definitely couldn't dry any clay on that. If you put your hand on it for a second or two, it's feeling quite clammy. So there's my wedging table. It's going to take a few weeks to dry, as I said before, probably a few months in my particular studio, which is quite damp. But I need it to make mixed coloured porcelain, so that's why I need a completely separate one from the previous one I made. And I'm glad I tried it again. It's gone a lot better this time. I've also just realised when I do wedge clay, when I knead clay, I tend to put my feet a little bit underneath the thing, and so the frame at the bottom is a little bit higher now, so I can get my feet under there, just about. But yeah, there's the height of it. It's about right. If I stand next to it, just where that knuckle is. Maybe it's a little bit higher than that. It's good enough. Feels good. Anyway, I'll stop wittering on. Thanks very much for watching.